Welcome to the link tonight, and we always treasure your attention, knowing that you learn something from the discussion we have here. And the link was established to enable you have information you can use, to link you to opportunities and link you to information you can use in your business. And tonight we're talking about digital marketing, using online and digital instruments to help you make money and grow your business. We have a special guest tonight in the studio, and we are going to be speaking to him in just a moment. Welcome back, and my guest is Daniel Micol,
Yes.
the man behind Tenge. We'll talk about Tenge a little bit later.
Yes.
But let's tackle the elephant in the room, digital marketing.
Yes.
First, let's first understand what is this digital marketing. There are two words, digital and marketing.
Yeah.
Break it down for me.
Okay, so usually when you have a product or a service of value, you want to communicate this value to potential customers or even already customers that you have, so they can know, well, this is something that I have, it can solve a need of yours, here it is, okay? That is basically marketing, communicating your value to the marketplace.
Telling people, are you seeing me?
Are you seeing me? Are you seeing this solution I have to the need that you have? Now, when it comes to digital marketing, it's the same thing. We are communicating value. The only difference this time is that we're using digital tools and channels. For example, I usually categorize them in three different ways. Acquisition tools, engagement tools, and conversion tools.
Okay.
So acquisition tools, you're having things like different traffic channels like, say, YouTube, Facebook, social media, email marketing, SMS marketing. When you come to engagement tools, we are talking about different funnels that are going to typically follow a person through their customer journey. If someone says no, how do you make sure that 99% who are saying no say yes over a period of 6 months? When it comes to then this other optimization and tracking tools, can you tell that, for example, when someone comes to the NTV website, which pages are they moving to? What is that problem? If they come onto the homepage and they drop off, what is the problem? So that's the way I look at digital marketing. So it's just a way of communicating the value you have to the marketplace, but using just digital tools and channels.
Let's just break it down a little bit for the listeners, for the viewers rather. Sometimes I go to some, maybe Twitter, not Twitter usually, maybe Facebook, and then I am told an advert pops up, and then I say, they give me an option, you like or dislike this ad, and I say dislike, and they ask me why. Is that some of the things you mean?
Actually, now that's an update that Facebook brought, because there was a lot of marketeers who are doing very dubious things. They were promoting things they didn't have to promote on the platform. So what Facebook did was they brought in an update late last year called the feedback loop. So that feedback loop helps them, because when you run an ad, Facebook is measuring you on a scale of 1 to 10. So that feedback loop helps Facebook to see if this ad is relevant to the audience you're running it to. If you get so many negatives, then Facebook reduces your reach and gives you a C+ or a C-, and then that means you're going to pay highly to reach this kind of audience. And Facebook at times can even ban your account if you get so many negative feedback loops from people. But the more positives they're getting, then they keep increasing your reach. They basically make your ad go viral.
So the trackers are on an advert like YouTube, and you are going to play a certain video, and the thing first plays, and you can't move it, and then it says skip ad. When I skipped, it shows I don't like the ad. If I play to the end, they are tracking me in the background, knowing that maybe I like the ad. Is that what you mean also?
Now on YouTube, again, it's a different ballgame. Now on YouTube, when they bring that skip, if you skip that ad that, for example, that person was running, the person who published that ad doesn't get charged. So if the person watches the ad fully, then YouTube charges the other person per view. So the more skips there are, YouTube is also using that as a feedback loop to see, do people like this person's ad or not? If they don't like it, then they reduce the ad's performance and they increase your budget so that you stop the ad. They can't tell you stop it. So they're going to just increase how much you're spending on that ad. But if you, for example, say 5-second views or 3-second views, and you have maybe 1,000 of those, for a smart marketer, you can now use that data for you again to retarget that.
I was going to ask Daniel, how do I find the edge in this space? How do I use those tools effectively? First of all, I need to know them, but let me say I know them. How do I use them effectively?
Now, there's when you talk about digital marketing, it's a very broad thing.
Yeah.
And using these tools effectively, first and foremost, you have to really know
what you're dealing with.
What you're doing with it. What we have in this 21st century is a vast opportunity that, for example, I've been telling people always that when, for example, I'm doing ads for, say, Tenge, for any one of my private clients, I'm going to tell them that there's 1 million people in Kampala. I'm only going to target 150,000. You don't need 1 million people. What are you getting 1 million people for? That's not your audience, okay? So how to use these tools effectively is to know, one, the most important thing, for example, for social media, you have to have a very good strategy, because with the right strategy, then you can know who is my customer, and you go only after your customer. That's micro-targeting, basically. That's the opportunity we have. This Facebook is in the business of selling data. So Facebook, for example, Sam, yourself, Facebook, if you go to Cafe Yavas, if you go to Acacia Mall, if you go to these good places, Facebook is having, even if your GPS is not on, the fact that you're online, Facebook is actually using that data as a data point.
So they know where you go.
If you spend money, they're tracking that as well. So then Facebook can segment its audiences and says, okay, this one is a person who only likes and shares, they're not useful. This one is a person who likes, shares, but they also comment. They increase that audience. This is a person who likes, shares, but goes ahead and buys. Then so when you now say, okay, I want to only target,
profiling you.
Exactly, they've profiled you properly. If you say I only want to target people who buy, then Facebook will say, I'll give you only buyers. So to effectively actually utilize these channels of traffic, you have to know who you are going after, because not everyone is your customer.
Okay. I told you time runs very fast. You are the proprietor of Tenge brand of clothes and shoes and other things. You spoke of the concept behind Tenge as disrupting. You wanted to do those things, clothes and design, in a disrupting way. What is disruption? And how can you create an edge?
Many times we hear of the blue ocean and red ocean thing that's talked about in business circles. When we were starting Tenge, we looked at, when you want to go and do something unique and something creative, one of the things that, when you look at Tenge, we have a slogan, uniquely creative. Those are two concepts that I say that God has created each and every one of us very unique. But we also have creative ability that, as Paul was telling Romans in his book of Romans, that do not be conformed, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, the idea for me, I picked behind that is, okay, everyone in the marketplace, they're either doing modern related things, or everyone is trying to do kitenge.
Okay.
What about someone who wants the best of both worlds?
A fusion.
Exactly. The best of both worlds. Well, what if I don't just want to have only kitenge? What if I don't just want to have modern clothing? I want to have the best of both worlds. And that's where we brought the idea of Tenge. We didn't even say kitenge, we just said Tenge. So the idea is we want it to sound modern, but also make you understand there's an African touch to it. So disrupting the market is do something that is so unique, so creative, that brings the best of both worlds, that when someone puts on, they feel, I'm actually very unique, and I'm actually looking different from everyone else. So the idea of disruption is, how can we be different in a place where everything is flooded?
Tapping into the era of individuality.
Exactly. That was the concept of disrupting the market. We decided we're going to disrupt this fashion industry. If people are used to kitenge only or used to modern only, we want to bring something new.
Let's do a fusion now. We have talked about digital marketing and Tenge. Let's do a fusion. What is the potential of such businesses like Tenge, from your experience, using digital marketing?
I would say digital marketing is the greatest opportunity we've had. For me, I would say ever since inventions were done, because you have the ability to know exactly who is going to pay your by. I mean, for me, I can clearly tell I've spent $1 and I've made back $7. Before, I didn't have that amount of data. If you wanted to track such amounts of data, you'd have to pay ridiculous amounts of money
for research,
for just research. Today, social media and channels and all these other channels have given us the ability to track and know everything someone is doing on any property of ours, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on YouTube.
Let's just go to, the time is running out. So we have our products. I'm going to do a tracker. So what do I do with the products? I take pictures and put them up. What do I do?
If you have a good product or service,
yes,
take a photo of it, or take a video of it, take it to the social media, tell Facebook, forget about the things of boosting a post on your page. You're wasting money. Go to the business manager, because there's two ways you can use Facebook: as a business or for socializing.
Okay.
The rest of us are using it as a business to make the money. Most people, 90% of the people, 99% actually of the people are using it to socialize. But people are not on Facebook to be sold to, so you have to understand all these matrices. So, for example, for Tenge, we sit down, design our products, put them on the page, and we run an ad. We don't boost the post, but we run an ad.
Yes.
When we run the ad, the potential to reach 1 million people in a day is like 100%. So the potential of a company like Tenge, for example, or any one of these other companies who want to maximize social media,
so you pay Facebook.
You pay Facebook.
You must pay Facebook.
You pay Facebook for the data they're giving you.
Is it too much money?
It's not actually a lot of money, depending on your goals. For example, for us right now, we're trying to create a marketplace and have close to 1 million people, vendors on the marketplace. I'm going to tell Facebook, I'm going to maybe give you $100, $200, $300,000.
Yes.
But there's a small business owner who is just starting. And for you, there's a plan. You can start with you can just say, Facebook, I'll give you only $10 a day for the next 30 days, and I want you to give me clients, and Facebook is going to give you that. So it depends on how big your vision is.
You state your proposition.
Exactly.
And they give you a cost.
And they give you a cost, and you pay for it.
Do you get the dividends back?
I mean, Tenge would be closed by now. I wouldn't be having all these private clients that I have in the US, in the UK, and everywhere else. This thing, I mean, if there's any marketing channel, I believe, I told someone one day that if Facebook or Google closed down, I would close down business and go back to the village. I would not have
So you are harnessing these ones.
100%.
Daniel, we can't finish the conversation. But you talked about free training in 40 seconds. Tell me about the free training which is coming up, so people who watch this can find you.
Okay, so initially I was organizing this training to train these top companies. AfriCell, actually, when I had a discussion with the marketing manager of AfriCell, that's what I told him. I'll bring in AfriCell and the rest of these guys. But then I thought, okay, why don't we even increase the scope to help? I've not done this kind of training in like the last 4 years. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a training, show business owners how you can start from scratch and get leads and start getting sales using Facebook, using social media as a channel.
So when is the training?
The training is at Tenge.
Okay.
We're opposite KFC in Kabalagala.
Okay.
It's on Saturday, this Saturday actually.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to come and join it, let them come. It's free of charge. It's not anything paid for.
Thank you, Dan. We can, 15 minutes just fly away. Viewers, you heard. The man is even going to train you. He has given you just a tip. He's going to train you. What can you ask for? If you, instead of socializing on Facebook and all these channels, you're going to make money. You're a small business. You're doing stuff. You want to gain some money. Please approach the man this Saturday. That was the link. Thank you very much for joining us.